Hey guys, welcome back to Selenium with Java April 2024 batch online training session 5. In today's session, I will cover few important aspects from Java, primarily Java Ops concept, where you can get to know like inheritance, polymorphism, where you will discuss the method overloading and overwriting, the importance of super keyword, static keyword, final keyword, along with abstraction and interface. So these are the very important topic will be discussed today. But in case you are going for the interview, right, majority of the questions will be coming from here. Okay. So ops concept there are a lot of questions we will ask, and there is another couple of stuff called collection framework and then trade. Those part will be covered in next session. Okay. Those are the area right where like in case you want to grab some new opportunity, so you need to focus more because few of the interviewer will ask the questions from this area. Okay, so Java is very popular because Java supports ops. Whenever like programming language started, like C does not support ops concept. But from C++ onward, like C has Java, Python, every all the language support ops concept. Ops concept is nothing but the object-oriented programming system, right? Ops. So inheritance in Java is a mechanism in which one object acquires all the properties and behavior of a parent object. So whenever I'm discussing that ops concept, like let's try to focus on the example as well. Okay, just remember the example so that you never forget all this stuff. Okay, so inheritance is the relationship like parent-child relationship or grandparent to parent to child relationship. That is the way inheritance will be possible in Java as well. So in case you are having some features from your parent, right, you can get all the features in you. But in human life it might not be the case exactly. But here in Java, in case there is a parent class, from parent class all the properties, right, all the variable, all the methods, child class can access it, right, once the inheritance establishment is happened. So using inheritance, user can create classes that are built in upon existing classes as well. So in the down the line you will see there are a lot of classes already there, right? You can also inherit those classes which are already built in or developed also along with the newly created one. So when user inherited from the existing classes, then they can use methods and field from the parent classes, and they can also add new method and field as well in the new classes. The class where the class member are getting inherited is called parent class, base class or super class. The class from where you are inheriting is called base class, super class or parent class, and to where it is inherited is called child class, subclass or derived class. How inheritance can be established? With the help of extend keyword in Java. So let's try to create first a class in the Eclipse. We'll go to Eclipse, we'll create a class. Session 5 say class A. Now let's define some variable here. Okay, at the class level, say integer A equal to 10. Let's define a method also. So public void add, right, integer A comma integer B. Okay, instead of integer A already defined, maybe give m and n, and you want to just simply do the summation here, m plus n. Directly you can do it, or you can declare a variable and then you can do it. Okay, now we have declared two variables, both are non-static in nature, right? So what we need to do, we need to create a class or object or instance here first. So say object A equal to new, that is the way we will create the class here, object here for the class. Now if I want to access the variable whatever defined, I will be calling that object whatever created for this class, then dot, you could see the variable is coming session 5 class A, we can print it out. Now we can Again call the method, right, and whenever we are calling the method, right, we need to pass the parameter value. So maybe we can pass say 100 and 200 like that. Now if you execute it, so there is no problem at all. It will execute or it will give you the result based on the mechanism already established, right? I have defined variable, defined method. Now I am creating the object conditions first, then I am calling these two things. Okay, and I am getting the desired outcome here, right? Variable a value is 10 and like summation of 100 and 200 is 300. Now let's try to create a new class also. Say season 5 class B, and I can select the again. Let's try to remove the comment here. Let's try to give create one variable, one method. Let's copy it and let's paste it, and we'll change the variable value. Instead of a, let's change the variable value called b. Instead of add, let's try to do something called multiply. Okay, you don't need to pass the argument, you can give it same or you can change it also. So maybe give lm xy like that. Okay, and you can just do it x multiplied by y. Right, now you can again create a object here. Say object b equal to new object. And now if you want to call this variable specific to the class whatever you have defined, you can easily access it. Dot, you could see method b is coming here, right? And you can also call variable b, and you can also call the method called multiply, and you can pass the value in the argument as parameter, right? Say 10 and 20 like that. And if you execute your code in the other class, class B, it will work without having any issue, right? 10 and, or you can change the variable value called 20 so that you can get understanding. Now let's save it. Okay, so 20 and 200 is coming, right? Value of the B is 20 first, it is printing out, and then multiplied by 10 and 20 equal 200. Now question is how the variable from the class A I can access in the class B, or vice versa if possible. Now if you want to access the variable, right, say that dot A, right, you could see A is not coming. If you try to access it, it will firstly throw the error. Okay, let's try to use print that variable A. It is not coming at all, but if you still try to do it, you could throw some error will come, right, if you are running it. What error? Okay, exception in main thread, A cannot be resolved, right? It is not defined in the class B, but you are trying to call it from the class B. So which line number error is coming? Line number 16. Okay, so it is not defined at all. So how can I access the variable and method from the class A? So I need to establish the relationship of inheritance. So how can I do it? Let's call the method, class name. Let's go to the child class, use the extend keyword, and let's do it and save it. So now class B is my child class and class A is my parent class. So whatever field method I have written in the class A, I can access everything in the class B, but not the vice versa. Here the relationship from the parent to child, not from the child to parent. That is called subclass. That is called base class or superclass, or parent class. That is called child class or derived class. Now you could see we have accessed the A, it is not error message. Similarly, if I want to access the method, right, add, you could see now it is coming and there is no error at all. So I can give suppose 20 and 50 like that. And now if you just try to execute it, you could able to get the desired result without an error, because now I have established the relationship parent child. So you could see now the variable A value is coming from where? I did not define in the class B, but I have defined in the class A where it is extending. And also m and plus n addition method, if I do it 50 plus 20 70, which is coming from the class A. That way you can establish the relationship of parent and child in the Java as part of the Java ops concept. Now let's try to establish relationship like grandparent, parent and child. Okay, let's similar way, let's try to create a class. let's simply try to define a variable or method as well. Say variable c and can change the value called 30, and here instead of multiple called division. Here you can give the same variable or you can change it also, not be a problem. Say give it mnn. I have given right already, xy also given. Let's give enf or ij, variable I and j, then it will be I divided by j, I divided by j. Okay. Now similar way I can create an object or instance here for the class C. And I can access that variable dot, right? Variable a and b is not coming because I am trying to access the C only, not I did not establish a relationship. Dot division, I can give suppose say 500 divided by 100. Now if you execute, that will not be a big deal, it will come, it will work, right? 30, value C is 30 and division of 100, 500 divided by 100 equal to 5. Now if I establish a relationship that I want to give is a parent class for the class C, so I will be using extends. Now what happening? My C is my child and B is my parent and A is my grandparent, right? Because class B is extending class A. So here class B is child and class A is parent. Now I am creating another child, C. So C will be now child and B will be parent and A will be grandparent. So in the child I can access both the parent and the grandparent, right? So that not be a problem. So let's try to access first that parent variable and grandparent variable. Grandparent is A. And similarly you can access the method SOL from the parent and grandparent. Now you could see it's not be a problem at all, right? Similarly with the help of the object you can call the first parent here, which is nothing but the multiply, and now you can also access that grandparent one, add. Okay, now we could see, so C is my child, I can access the B, I can access the A, which is the parent and grandparent respectively. So that is the way in the real time you will be seeing the framework part, lot of things will be there down the line, but that is the concept coming from the Java. This is the first OOPS concept of Java, which is the called inheritance. Then I will cover one more thing called polymorphism. So what is polymorphism? So poly means many and forms, right? Morphism means form. So polymorphism is a Java OOPS concept by which user can perform a single action in different way. So polymorphism derived from two Greek words, poly means many and morph means way or form. So polymorphism means many form. There are primarily two types of polymorphism available in Java. One is compile time or static or method overloading. Another is runtime or method overriding or dynamic polymorphism. Okay, we will cover first the compile time or static or method overloading. So during method overloading, in case you are having any error, during compile time itself you can understand the error. But whenever you are using method overriding, that will only applicable whenever you are running the code. During compilation you will not able to understand anything. So what is method overloading? Means a same method can behave with different variety of the thing. Method name will be same, but you can vary the method with either changing the number of argument or the type of argument. That is called method overloading. So in case I want to give a simple example. So you are a person here, right? Okay. So you are taking a training from me. So you are a student for me. Same person. You are at your home. You can be, right, someone wife, someone mother, someone father, brother, all this stuff. So say another thing. Right, tomorrow you are going to office, so you will be employee for your office. right? You are going to some right shop or maybe to other right market you will be customer for them. You are going for a bank, you will be customer for them. You are like trying going for the to give some election, right? So you will be the voter for the election, right? So the same person is behaving differently based on the circumstances. Here, what is the way I can change circumstances means my number changing the parameter or the type of the parameter. Okay, so let's go to the class A. I have created a method here, right, called method add. So I can try to copy it and try to paste it, but it will not allow me, right? Because method can have same name, but it should be having different. It is called signature. How I can differentiate it? Either varying the number of argument or type of argument. So one thing I will do, and I will add one more argument, IMNLL, right? And I can do it. So here first thing I have changed the number of argument. Here instead of 2 argument I have tried 3 argument. And second thing I can do, instead of right type of argument, instead of that one I can make it double. Okay, net good. Now I can call that method, right, and I can provide 3 argument also. It not be a problem, it will accept because it is matching here. Now I will try to go for the other one, maybe with 100.57. This double, it is also accepting, like that, and I can get the result. In the real time method overloadings, right, you already seen driver.findElement by.id, name, class name, all this stuff. Or whenever we were dealing with the implicit timeout like minute, hour, second, these are the already establishment. So that is the way method overloading will be work in Java. So real time you will already seen it, driver.findElement by ID, name, class name, expert, CSS, anything, right? But objective is still same, but it is just varying the number of argument or the type of argument we can vary it. So any questions, guys?
No.
All good? Okay. Then next one, in the part of polymorphism, there is one another thing is called runtime polymorphism or dynamic one or method overriding. Okay. So if subclass, that means child class, having the same method or same variable name as the parent class. Okay, but there's a establishment relationship like called inheritance. Then what happen in case same variable, same method is there, right? And I want to call after a method inheritance established the child class. So parent class will be override and child class will take the present tense. So that is called the dynamic polymorphism or runtime polymorphism method overriding. So when a method in subclass has the same name, same signature, same parameter, and same return type only, as method is called superclass. As method in a superclass, then the method of in the subclass is said to override the method in the superclass. A method declared variable final cannot be overridden, constructor cannot be overridden, static method cannot be overridden as well. Okay, so similar way, let's try to create a in the child class. Let's try to create a variable a, another variable called a. You can define it to other class, that not be a problem. Here you can give the value as 200. Okay, now you could see in the parent class variable a is there, value is 10, right? And in the child class variable there called 200, right? So now if you want to execute the variable a value, so whose value it will take, guys? Which value it will print? So there is a variable a here, right, 10, and in the child class there is a variable also a 200. So here if I want to call it from the child class, which value it will print? I already explained, right, which value should be printed out. So it will print the 200. because it's overriding the parent class. It is substitute the, it will take the value from the child class. In case same signature, same value in other things available for the method as well as for the variable. Let's try to create a method here also. Public void test, give the test method, same method, right? Class A, and same method also give it in the child class. So change the value only. Now if you want to call it at the child class, what will happen? You could see it is coming from the session 5 class B, so automatically it will print that one. So it is overriding the child class. So that is the concept of method overriding. Only it will be visible whenever you are running the code, but you cannot see whenever you are compiling the code. You will not able to see it. So that is the way you can override variable or override the method. That is the concept of method overriding or dynamic polymorphism or runtime polymorphism. Then the next question will come that I don't want to override my child class. I want to take the parent class, child class both, or maybe the parent class only instead of overriding. Then what you can do it? So there's a keyword available in Java called super keyword. With the help of that, you can prevent that one, or you can take the help from the parent class as well. The super keyword in Java is a reference variable which is used to refer immediate parent class object. Whenever you create the instance of subclass, an instance of parent class is created implicitly, which is referred by super reference variable. Super keyword can be used at variable constructor level. Okay, so let's see how we can do it. So if I want to call it, how will be doing? So in the child class, let's create a method here. Say public void var, for accessing the parent class object. Then here you can do it. If you just call it the variable a, it will only call that parent class. Now if you want to call that super.a, you could see it is calling it from the child class, parent class, right? Now if you call here dot var, it will give you both the value, 210. Now if you only want to print the parent class value, you can disable or remove the comment. So that is the way you are accessing only the parent class one with the help of super keyword. Okay, 10, which is coming from the parent class. Similar way for the test method, you can create one more method here. Say test. How can you call the method? Simply you can call the method here, test, for the child class, and in case it is parent class, super.test. That's all. You could see now it is coming here. Now you can call it. So that is the way your super keyword will help you test all method, So it will give you now both the thing output, class A and class B. Okay, class B and class A. Now if you want to get the parent class, so you can disable that test and you can only get the parent class. So with the help of the super keyword at the variable level, at the class level. Okay, so that is the another concept of the OOPS, method overriding, overloading, and how to handle the overriding with the help of super keyword. Then the one important another concept is abstraction. So abstraction you already seen as part of yours whenever you are creating the object or instance for the Selenium WebDriver. WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver 5 like that, right? So WebDriver is the interface. Okay. So you don't know how what is the way it is already there, but you are creating the object or instance, and after that you are calling all the important method and other stuff there. Okay. So abstraction in Java. What is abstraction? Abstraction is a process of hiding implemented details and showing only functionality to the user. In other way, it shows important thing to the user and hides internal details. For example, sending SMS where you can type only the message, but you don't know what is the logic it is happening and how the message is going from the sender to receiver. Similarly, in case you want to send a mail, either Microsoft, Gmail, and any other mail, right? You don't know what is the mechanism happening. You can send the mail and receiver can receive the mail, but internal logic don't. Nobody will disclose it. In case they are disclosing, right, that can be hacked and any other stuff happens. That is the immediately way, right? So abstraction focuses on what the object does instead of how it does. A class which is declared with the abstract keyword is known as abstract class in Java. It can have abstract and non-abstract method. What is abstract method? Means without any body. I will show you. And normal method means it will definitely have a body, otherwise it cannot be method. Okay? So with the help of the extend keyword, we can call it. Let's try to create a class. Abstract class. Say animal. Okay? No need to give the public static void main method. And whenever you want to create an abstract class, you need to give public abstract class. That is the difference between normal class and abstract class. An abstract class can have method, right? Okay, say abstract method it. So it should not have any body. Sorry, not method, abstract void return type. Okay, no need to give access modifier, that is the abstract one. Non-access modifier is also abstract. Okay, void it. So it cannot have any body. As and when you are declaring something abstract, it cannot have any body. Let's try to give the body. Let's see what error is coming. It could say error is coming. How you can solve? Abstract method do not specify a body. Okay, so either you need to remove the abstract keyword, it is fine if you remove the abstract keyword, or if you just remove the body. And it can have also non-abstract methods. Say public void drink. This is non-abstract, and here I can give the body. Animal used to drink water. Okay, so why I have created abstract and one non-abstract? Because eating part will vary from animal to animal, right? In case it is a deer, it will only eat grass. In case elephant, right, it will tree, grass, all this stuff. In case it is a lion, right, tiger, they will eat meat. We human being, we eat non-vegetarian, vegetarian. So it will vary from thing to thing. Cat, dog, right? Dog will eat other stuff. Cat will eat milk and other stuff. That is the it will vary from animal to animal. But drink, that is common in nature. Everybody will drink water. Without water, right, nobody can survive. At least majority of the case. So that is the which is generic for every animal. So that I can define as a non-static, sorry, non-abstract. And whatever abstract means, I will just define the method only, and then based on the right exact class, it will vary. I can change it. So that is the way, right? You are defining something so that everybody need to use it without any problem. Okay. Now let's see. So that is my parent class, which is abstract class animal. Now let's try to create a child class. Okay, child class. Maybe say tiger, and you give the public static void main method. On abstract card also you cannot use public static void main method because you cannot instantiate a abstract class, or you cannot create an object or instance for the abstract class. Now you can extend that animal. class. Okay, as and when you are extending animal class, whatever abstract classes are, you need to define it here. You could see there's a thing is coming called add unimplemented method. As and when you are extending any abstract class, you have to implement all unimplemented method. You cannot remove anything. That is the beauty of the Java. Okay, here you can word that, remove that word, and here you can write instead of eat. So I can mention right tiger will eat meat, because that will vary in case you are creating an object for instance for the other thing, right? Cat, dog, animals, other human animal, right? Human, all this stuff, right? Elephant, other stuff. So it will vary because eating is purely based on the every animal wise. Now you can create an object here. So I give the Royal Bengal tiger for tiger name object. Well to tiger. Now you can call it the method whatever we have defined. Dot drink dot eat. It will work. So that is the way abstraction will happen. So few of the important things will just define the objective, but you will implement it whenever you are just kind of using it or whenever you are extending it, because those will vary, right? Those suppose in case Gmail, in case it is a Yahoo Mail, in case it is a Microsoft Mail, everybody internal structure is different, not the same way, and they don't want to disclose it. Nobody want to disclose it. Suppose say for the bank, right? There are so many banks. Okay, you can define, right, the interest rate. One is called repo rate and other stuff, right? One is called home loan interest rate, deposit rate, right? All this stuff. But that is still same, but their thing will vary. SBI is having some different value, right? ICICI will different value, HDFC will different value, Axis Bank will different value. So that is the thing. So you can make it abstract. So that based every bank will use their thing and from the abstract class whenever they will be extending it. So that is the way abstraction will happen, guys. Okay. Yeah. Any questions? Okay, cool. Then in the abstract class, what I discussed, abstract class can have abstract method, non-abstract method. But in case I want to make everything abstract, 100% abstract, then I need to use interface. You already seen the interface called WebDriver, which is 100% abstract in nature, right? That is, so we'll first create a interface. How can I do it? New, and there is an option called interface, right? Say some interface name called car. Normal car. Okay. So we'll go to the next topic here, interface. So interface is a Java type definition block which is 100% abstract in nature. All the interface methods by default public and abstract. Static and final modifier are not allowed for interface method. In interface, variable are public, static and final by default. Interface cannot be instantiated. You cannot create an object for instance for any of the interface. Okay. So interface cannot be instantiated and it does not contain any constructor. Interface can be used using implements keyword for a class. Okay. So there are three things. One is class, one is interface. Two things, right? So class to class, it can be inherited using extend keyword. Similarly, interface to interface also it can be, right, using extend keyword. But in class to interface, you need to use implement keyword. That is the thing interviewer might ask the question. So how we can do the inherit property, right? Establish that inheritance properties. So class to class, it will be extend keyword. Interface to interface, it will be extend keyword, right? Class to interface, it will be implements keyword. So what is the importance of interface? Let's try to understand the real logic. So there are a hell lot of manufacturer company car for the car, right? It can be Maruti, it can be Honda, it can be Hyundai, it can be BMW, right? Tata, all this stuff. But, right, there is an automobile industry. Okay. they already having some rules and regulation. Whenever some company want to develop some car, it can be two wheel, sorry, any kind of brand from anything, right? In case in normal car, they need to follow some normal rules. So why they need to follow? Otherwise, that car can be, right. I mean, kind of having some problem. So whatever defined by that control team, right, or the board for the manufacturer board, right. Everybody need to do it, right. What is the way they will implement that is different, so that nobody will never forget, right, to implement all the critical features, and their product will not be defective, and that will also follow that government rule or that particular thing rule. Okay, suppose say in case you want to develop a car, right? Maybe that their government there are 10 things. So 10 things you have to implement it by default, and you can take your own thing apart from that one. So in case you are defined some car should be having some wheels, right? Some engine, some front light, back light, horn, seat capacity, all this stuff. So it will vary, right? Some company may have 7-seater, some company have maybe 5-seater, something CC is like 1000 below 1000, right? Some more than 1000, some thing have like maybe I mean also I already mentioned, right. Maybe two horn, some vehicle have one horn, right. It will vary. Wheel also it will vary, right, all this stuff, but everything should be there at least. Okay, so that never nobody will forget. So let's try to create some important abstract method here. So public in nature always, okay, void and engine. So that is the first thing. And it cannot have the body. All the thing will be by default in. You don't need to mention abstract keyword. That is the beauty of the interface. So as and when you are creating interface and you are defining some method inside the interface, so no need to define the abstract word. Automatically it will be still abstract. Say engines, then wheels, right? Front light, back light, okay, say horn, say seat, all this stuff. Okay. Now you can create another interface. Interface I, right? You could sign. Say luxury car. Okay. Similar way, in the luxury car, couple of things might be there, right? Okay. Say AC. Say music system, right? Say a camera. So these are the couple of stock might be there. But luxury car, so these are the additional feature. But luxury car should have the other feature as well, normal car features also. Otherwise, it cannot have build, right? So these are the additional features besides for the luxury car. So you can use extend keyword. Okay, means these are the three additional features will be there. Apart from that, you will also getting the normal car feature. So that is the way, right? You can have more luxury, more VIP car like BMW and other stuff. So it will be having more and more thing, important thing. But this would follow the basic thing of the car as well. Okay, now you can create a class. So interface to interface also extend keyword. Now I'll be creating a class called say Maruti or Hyundai. What I will do, I will extend luxury car, right? That interface. So automatically it will extend the normal car also, all this stuff. Now you could see error message is coming. So as and when you are extending any interface, so automatically you need to write implement all the unimplemented. You cannot remove a single thing. That's the beauty. So it will be implement keyword, not extend. Okay. So that is the implement. So class 2 you could see now error message is coming. Add all unimplement method, right? So here you could see. You can remove the override or you can keep it, not be a problem. Now I can have something, right? Say so I can maybe say give something engine capacity like something called 1200 watt, right? Wheels 5 wheel including stepney. front light. Okay, let's give 4 front light. Let's give 2 backlight. It will vary car to car, right? What is the way they are designing it? Horn. It's also mandatory. Say give 1 horn only. Seat, say 5-seater. And it's luxury car. You want to create something like AC will be there. So good quality AC. Okay, good music system. Music system. Okay, camera. Maybe he's only having the back camera, right? Not the front camera. So what is the way you want to define, right? And here you can mention, right? You can create an object, for instance, now for the class, not for the interface. Say give like I-20 is the class name. For the Hyundai, there will be I-20, I-10, all this stuff, right? Now you can access whatever way you want to. So you have already implemented. Now you can call the relevant method. You could see AC is also coming, right? Also a front light, back light, whatever is coming, right? Backlight, AC, dot music system, dot right seats. So all the things you can access from both the interface. You can create n number of instance as well. Okay, in number of class like for Tata, right? For Maruti, Honda, BMW, any other whatever car company is there, right? Kia, okay, all this stuff. Okay, Nexon, there are so many company. So it will vary, and here also you can create also some of the important stuff also, right? If you want to do it. Okay, say public void for the particular basically company, right? You want to give something, right? Maybe you want to add new features, right? Maybe seat belt. Okay. So additional thing might be that is not there. Suppose I'm just giving example. Okay, right? Seat belt for all seats. That particular companies want to define, right? Then you can just call it also. So apart from that interface, you can also have the separate thing, right? For your particular class level as well. In case company want to give it specific thing, which is outside the all the mandatory thing, so that also can be possible. So that is the way, right? Interface objective is that you will never forget, right? And interface, right? No, interface itself we cannot create an object for instance, but it will be implemented to some class, and that particular class can implement all the unimplemented method, and it can be used. Okay, so interface to interface, right? It can have the also extended multiple interfaces also. Okay, and for class to class it will be extend keyword, for interface to interface extend keyword, but class to interface it will always implements keyword. So that is the main objective, guys. Okay, any questions? Because this is very key topic. So that these are the topic like interview ask the question, and whenever you will try to get the framework, right? Until you are able to understand this very small topic, this might be looks very easy, but right, you need to have lot of thing patience. Then you are able to grab the understanding, right? Whatever in depth is there, then only it will help you, right, to down the line to develop the framework easily, each and everything. Otherwise, right, everything will going very tough. Okay. Then we'll go for the last two important topics, the importance of static keyword. So I already told in the last class, right? Static is a non-access modifier, right? Static, final, abstract, these are called non-abstract modifier. Okay. So so in case you are defining something as static at the variable level or at the right class level or maybe sometime at the method level. Class level I don't think that you need to do variable of the method level. So automatically memory allocation will be done. Means that a variable will be accessible across anywhere inside the class. Okay. But the thing is that in case you are not defining something as static, that will be not be accessible until you are creating the object or instance. That is the way I define the static variable. Similarly, you can see with the class method also. Okay. So we already defined these are the test method, right, or the variable. So until you are creating the object or instance, you cannot call it. Okay, you cannot use it. But in case you are defining something as static, let's try to define static int, right? Public static void method level. So you no need to create an object or instance in the main method, right? What you can do immediately, you can call it integer a, right? There will be no error, and you can call the method whatever you have defined static, right? States without creating the object or instance directly. So that is the beauty of the static method. Either as a variable level, method level, it will be called directly without waiting for anyone. But in case it's not static, you cannot use it without creating the object or instance. First, you need to create an object or instance. Then you can create this. It's applicable for the method, for the variable. Okay, so in the real time, in case I want to make something globally, so that it can be used anywhere within the particular class, or for the method level or for the variable level, I will make defined as a static at that class level, so that anywhere it can be used without creating the object or instance. Then last important topic is the final keyword. So as of now, we already seen the inheritance, polymorphism, method overloading, method overriding. So we are creating so many things, right? But I don't want to do some of the for the some of the class. I don't want to create it. I don't want to inherit it, right? One class I'm defining so that nobody can inherit that class. So how can I do it? I need to use the final keyword for the class level. Similarly, what method I am defining for the class, right? But I need to define the final so that no other person can override the method. Similarly, variable value also, in case I don't want to change, I need to do that, right? Final keyword, so that nobody can change the variable value multiple times. So final keyword is used in different contexts. First of all, final is a non-access modifier applicable only to a variable, a method, or a class. Following are different contexts where final is used. For final variable to create constant variable or value which cannot be changed. Method levels like to prevent the overriding, and the class level to prevent the inheritance. So say there are two class. What is there? I have defined something as static. Also, it will throw in the error. Similarly, if I just class level, right? If I define public final class, you could see immediately error will come to the child class, because child class cannot extend the final class, right? Similarly, if I do define at the method level, right, so that method cannot be override, right? Here the child class, you could see error message coming. What error message, right? Cannot override the final class. That is the way I can prevent it, so that nobody can use it. It will be fixing the thing. And variable level, what I can do, okay, public void. Suppose say I have defined one variable, say integer like say double maybe d equal to say 300 point something like that, and if I want to call it I can do it, right? But that variable value I can change n number of times. It will be allowed, and latest value it will be prevented, it will be displayed. right? But in case I don't want to change the value and only for different names, so what can I do? Final double. You could see a message will come to the next line. You cannot change the final variable value. So that is the way final keyword also having the impact, guys. Okay, so that are the different thing. I just tried to cover it, but maybe it went fast. So as you do not have any questions much, because in case most of the batches late, there are a lot of questions also. So to discuss it might take some time. Okay, so we'll discuss one more thing and then we can pause, and in case you are having any questions we'll discuss it. So in Java there are a lot of important things is there, right? So the ops concept is one of the important thing. Object oriented programming system, inheritance is one of the thing. Means the file, sorry, parent child relationship, there might be three class as well. So grandparent to parent to child. So first thing will be parent class or the main class, right, or the base class, and child class will be treated as sub class or type class. You need to use the extend keyword to establish the relationship. So grandparent to parent and parent to child, all the variable field, right, method they can use by the child class. Polymorphism is nothing but the many forms. One person can have many forms, while one method can have many different thing by changing the number of argument or the type of argument. Right? That is called compile time polymorphism or method overloading. And method overloading means in case two classes there and two classes having same method or the same variable, your parent class will be overridden. But still, in case you want to use it, you need to use the super keyword. With the help of that, you can also call the parent class variable of the method. Abstraction is nothing but the hiding the implement detail and showing the only the particular functionality to the user. So you don't want to disclose your implementation, right? You want to show the just output or the implementation only, sorry, the objective. Then you can use the abstract class. Abstract class would be like written with the help of the abstract keyword. It can have abstract or non-abstract method. Any abstract class would be right extend to the other class, so that line it can be implement all the unimplemented method. Whereas interface is nothing but the 100% abstract in nature. As and when you are creating interface, right, all the method by default will be abstract in nature. You don't need to define the word called abstraction. So abstract method means without any body. So whenever you are creating any other class, you can implement the abstract interface, and then you need to implement all the unimplemented method. And in the normal class, it can have also own their method. Okay, that is the way your abstract class and interface and normal class relationship will be established. So static is nothing. As and when you are defining something static, automatically memory allocation will be done for the variable method, so that this can be treated as a global thing and can be used anywhere in the particular class, right, without creating the object or instance. Final keyword will be used to prevent the method overloading, right, to prevent the inheritance in case you don't want to prevent the variable value change. So that is the way, right, your final keyword will be also played an important role in Java in case you don't want to, right, change the thing. Okay, so that's all, guys. Thank you.